Yes, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to today's show. Yours truly, Sydney Blessing Iwala is on. I'm sorry for coming on late. I was just trying to do one or two things in the background. So I see a lot of you sending me text asking me if I'm on. Yes, share, and let them know that I'm on. Okay? Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and reasonable minds all over the world, and welcome to tonight's show. The time now is 10 minutes after 6:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Boston, Massachusetts of the USA. And if you're joining us from Nigeria, from this side of the Atlantic, welcome to the night show. Tonight, what do we have? As you can see, scrolling on the bottom, is the crisis in Imo State. That's what we have tonight. The crisis in Imo State, we are going to look at what the crisis was all about, the election they held over the weekend, and the multiple winners that are now emerging. Okay, for some reason, Labour Party, in their dysfunction, ran, if not, I believe, three parallel elections this weekend, with three different candidates, separate candidates emerging, okay? And this evening, before coming on the air, I now got an information that the person that came second, as you can see it at the bottom of the scroll there, the person that came second on the faction that Senator Tan Achano won, is now claiming victory, which is a Major General Lincoln Ogunewe. So he's now claiming victory. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk to us what he is saying and why he think he is the winner, the rightful winner, and not Senator Senator Tana Achono. Okay, so that's what we have for us tonight. Again, like I said again, Labour Party is in big crisis. Labour Party is in big crisis, and we are afraid right now that this crisis does not spill over to the national. Okay, this is something I've been saying it on the air. I've been saying it here and saying it, that the politics they are running over there is about selfishness. It's a self. It's me. That's what they're running there. They are not interested in you. They don't care about you, the obedience, and the Labour Party members. They don't care about you. All they care about is themselves. Okay, so what you see them running there now is a selfish-induced political nonsense. That's what they're running there. And we are seeing the result now. We're seeing the result now. Okay, the bad part of the whole thing, okay, is that a house that is dividing itself, how can it stand? It cannot stand. And that's what we're seeing tonight. And I said it yesterday when I came on the air, was 2 days ago when I came on the air to talk about the election, about how Senator Tan won. And go back and look at the tape. You will see my own take on that election and everything that happened on that election. You will see my take on it. And it's beginning to unravel now. It's beginning to unravel, okay? If you are an LP card-carrying member of Imo State, you should be highly worried right now. You should be worried right now, honestly. If you're a card-carrying member of Labour Party in Imo State, honestly, you should be worried with what is happening right now. Because what is happening right now is not how you are going to go into this battle, okay? But before we continue, as is customary over here, this is what we do at every step at the beginning of every of our show in the evening. After doing the intro, we will now pray. Then we'll now get into the show, okay? So tonight is no different. We're going to pray. Join me as we pray. Father, tonight we thank you and we bless you. Tonight we honor you and we glorify you, for indeed you are worthy of our praise. Hallowed be thy name tonight, our King and our Redeemer. We bless you and we magnify and adore you for who you are. You still remain the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. You still remain the Alpha and Omega. You still remain the one that is and the one that is to come. Hallowed be thy name tonight. Father, tonight as we gather, we're declaring that unto you shall the gathering of your people be, blessed be thy name tonight. Father, we thank you for what you have done this day. This was that day you have made, and you gave us every authority to rejoice and be glad in it. We give you all the glory, we give you all the honor, we give you all the praise, for indeed it is due to you and more. Father, tonight we thank you for how you took us to and fro, and you brought us safely home. And to some of us, you brought us to this arena tonight to come and have a time with you. Therefore, Father, we are asking, is there anything that will make this meeting tonight not to be a worthy one and not to be pleasant in thy sight? Father, forgive us and take that away from us in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, having accepted your grace and your mercy tonight, we'll now boldly sit in your presence to have this time with you. And we're now asking, Lord, that all that we will do tonight, we are saying that let our sentences come from your presence, that all that we will say, all that we will hear, and all that we will think shall come from your presence, being blessed with by thee, Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus. I commit your sons and daughters that they come into this meeting tonight. I ask that your grace speak, Father, Lord, and Father, for them. I ask also that your blessing open doors for them, Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus. All that concerns them, Father, continue to perfect in the mighty name of Jesus. I commit Nigeria into your holy hands and all that is in their country. I commit them one by one as they go. Father, continue to go, continue to open doors for them, Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus. We thank you and we bless you for everything. For in Jesus' mighty name tonight we pray. Amen and amen and amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Those of you that are on, and please, if you can, try and share, let them know that we are actually on. A lot of people have been waiting for us to come on. Okay, so let them know that we are on. So what are we saying tonight? What are we saying tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and reasonable minds all over the world? What we are saying is this: Labour Party is in deep crisis. Why are we saying so? Why are we saying that Labour Party is in deep crisis? As you can see, I believe if you are new to what has been happening in Imo State since the last weekend, which was a few days ago, okay, Labour Party finally conducted their gubernatorial primaries, okay, in the midst of the internal turmoil, what has been going on internally. They've been having factions, this faction there, the Lamide Apapa faction, the Julius Abore faction, and I believe there's another faction or two. You know what I'm saying? So you have all these factions going on, okay? And in the midst of this, they decided to conduct an election without putting their house in order. Okay, I'm not even going to talk about the national, what is happening in the national. We're going to get into that in a minute, okay? But in the midst of everything that is going on within them, okay, the cracks and everything that is going on, locking up doors and breaking doors and arresting people and all kinds of things that are going on inside the party, they still decided to run these elections. The question now is why? Okay, 2 days ago on the show here, I asked us, I said, where is Peter Obi in the midst of all these things? Okay, so where is he in the midst of all these things? On which side is he in or on? Okay, with all these things going on, which side? Which side is our principal in or on? With all these things going on. Because we've not seen him, we've not heard from him. I know he's dealing with some issues in the national. Okay, I know that he's dealing with some issues in the national. But we're saying, even in the midst of that, even at that, he's supposed to have said something by now. Some kind of order supposed to have come from him, because he's, in as much as there are people that are running the party and everything, but he is still the face of the party. He's still the person that we know. So with all these things going on, I've not had anything. I don't know if you have. If you have, let us know. Okay? His own take with all these things. Okay? Because we know that he is basically the one they are after. We know that he is basically the one they are after. Okay? Please, I don't know if I want you to let me know if the audio is coming out well, because I've been having problem with this audio. I don't know why. So those of you that are on all the channels, let me know how it is coming to you. If you're hearing me clear, okay? If you're hearing me clear, because we've been having some audio issue. So with what is going on, like I said again, yes, I know he cannot take a side, but this is a situation. If we're saying that he cannot take a side, does it mean the two factions are legit, or the 2 or 3 factions are legit? 2 factions is what we had going in, but I'm going to tell you why I said 3 factions. I'm going to tell us why I said that. There is some of you that saw what I posted. Okay, I'm still trying to get that up here. What I posted on the Facebook on our Facebook forum. Okay, what I posted there, you will see the 3 winners. You will see the 3 winners. Okay, Distinguished Senator Atana Chano, Chief Aiku Kebu, I believe, and Sir Charles Madoka. Okay, we have these 3 people. We have these 3 people. The one, if you were to ask us, okay, because every one of them is claiming legitimacy. Every single one of them is claiming legitimacy. Every single one of them. Okay, so you I don't even want to say obedient. You know why? You know why I don't want to say obedient? Because I said it to us a few days ago. I said, if you've been following what is going on, both in the national and in the in the local chapters and sub-local chapters everywhere, okay, you will know that as an obedient, it will be difficult for you to even align with Labour Party at this time. So that whatever they're going through doesn't rub off you as an obedient, because what they're going through is enough to mess up the movement. And I've been saying it on this show. What is going on in the Labour Party, inside the Labour Party now, is enough to mess up the entire national obedience structure. And that was why I came here and I said, you know what, it's time for us to start separating them as an entity. Okay, where the party itself, Labour Party, is an entity. Obedati is an entity. Okay, and obedience is an entity. Because not everybody that is an obedient is in Labour Party. We know that. Most people are PDP carrying members. Most people are APC carrying members, but they're obedient. And during that election, they voted for P2B. Okay? So now, Labour Party did not want to take advantage of what happened at the national level. How people came in and they joined and embraced the movement. They didn't want to take, it got into their head. It got into their head so shamefully. It got into their head that they started playing this selfish politics. And that is why you saw everybody started rushing to politics, because it was now a free fall. It was a free fall to every single one of them. That's why they all started running to the Labour Party. Every single one of them started running in there, because it was, okay, if you come, you buy form. You remember, and this is exactly why the other parties were saying that they don't have structure. Now we can see it. Now we can see why they were saying that they don't have structure. We can see it now. It's because of these kind of situations. We didn't hear this thing with APC. We didn't hear this thing with PDP. We didn't hear this thing with NNP. Even we didn't hear this in any of these places. And this Labour Party that was supposed to be the national party now, the darling of the Nigerian political arena, okay, they started going through this because of some individuals that they got into their head selfishly. We're going to talk about also the inducement that is coming from the other parties. We're going to talk about that in a minute, okay? But let's just look at the principals, the people that are going, whatever thing that they're going through. I even refuse to follow the news. Honestly, I refuse to follow them, because honestly, it was completely disgusting what was going on there. It was completely disgusting. Okay, and now the fallout is here. They held this election. Okay, you're gonna see how funny this election is. You're gonna see how funny this election is. For some of you that have seen it and have had the result. Okay, they were all represented. That is one thing. They were all represented in all these three sections of the election. They were all represented there. We had on the one that Tifatan won, the one he won. We had that what's his name? Basil Madoka collapsed his group. He collapsed his group to join with Lincoln Ogunewe because both of them are from almost the same place. They are from the same town in Mbishe. Lincoln Ogunewe and the Charles Madoka, Basil Madoka. Okay. So now what happened? I had it, like I said again, they collapsed. Now, when you come to the area that Basil Madoka won, the one that he won, you hear the other Martin Abaso was 28 there. Atana Chono, okay, was 3, got 3 votes. Ukebu Ikechukwu, who won on the other faction, got 3 votes. Sama Amadi got 5 votes. Mba Amara got 2 votes. Chinedu Amadi got 6 votes. Chibuto to Ishigozo got 2 votes. Lincoln Ogunewe here got 21 votes. Okay, AI Jagomo got 1 vote. Ibe got 1 vote. Onyebu whatever got 1 vote. This was this section that Basia Madoka won, and they were there claiming that they are the legitimate one. They were claiming, I think, with Onyewusi was their first choice, or Onyekulisi or whatever. Okay. Then you came to the other faction, the one that Atan won. The one that Atan won. He won with 134 votes on that one. Lincoln Ogunewe came second with 121 or 122 votes on that one. Okay, now we saw what happened, the jubilation and all kinds of things. Okay, then if you had watched the tape as I did, as Atan was going by Lincoln, when he was trying to hug him, he said, "We will work together." I came here at the air 2 days ago when I was reporting this. I said, if they team up as running mate, then now they have a chance with the sitting governor. But if Atan is to go alone or whatever, it's going to be a problem. The sitting governor is now returning unopposed because there's no power to opposing him. Okay? Now, this is the situation. The guy now, Ikechukwu Kebu, Chifukechukwu Kebu, that won the other faction too. That's the 3. That's why you saw the 3 pictures. Okay? On their own too, they were declaring as the rightful, they ran their own and another hotel. Okay? They were declaring themselves as the rightful and the legitimate people. Now, if you are the governor, honestly, if you are the governor, the current sitting governor, okay, if you are him, what would you be doing now? Watching all these things happen. What would you be doing? If I'm him, this is what I'd be doing. Sipping my prize tea if I have one. Watching them, and this is exactly why people were saying that he has his hand in all these things. We said it a little bit on the air, on the hush-hush, okay? But this is why the people that have come out boldly to talk about it and say that his hand is inside the cookie jar of Labour Party. And we thought it was a joke. It's now unfolding. It's now unfolding. What is happening here now is just a big mess. It's a big mess. Even for the national, understanding what is playing at the national, the election, the tribunal situation and stuff. And the Imo State was to be a tester for the whole thing. Imo State was to be a test. Remember the man that is sitting in Imo State presently and what he has been accused of doing, like I said a few minutes ago, what he's been accused of doing here and what he was accused of doing during the election. Okay? So look at all these things right now playing. We were supposed to use Imo State and say, if Imo State, we got Abia. When we got Abia, you see the jubilation that was all over the place. You guys saw the jubilation that was all over the place. And may I say this? It was the same governor of Abia State, okay, that came and oversaw the election, okay, the one that Chief Achonu won. The one that he won. It was the governor of the Chief Lesoti. Okay, with what's his name? With Paul Ozubo. I saw Paul Ozubo there. I mentioned it to you guys 2 days ago. I saw Paul Ozubo there. Okay, and that kind of made me to feel that that might be the legitimate one because Paul Ozubo is Peter Obi's right-hand man. You know what I'm saying? Paul Ozubo is Peter Obi's right-hand man. So when I saw Paul Ozubo there, I'm saying, okay, this might be the one that might have the ear and mind of Peter Obi. That's what I was thinking. Okay, but what again are we saying? What again are we saying that happened on following up on that one that Chief Achonu won? Okay, on that one that Chief Achonu won, Chief Ogunewe, Major General Lincoln Ogunewe is coming out now and saying, not too fast. He's not saying not too fast. Mind you, he was there, he was present there, but his name was represented at the other 2 electoral factions. His name was there. So some people voted for him there. So you ask yourself, what is all this all about? What is all about? What is all this? If some people were there voting for him, if some people were there voting for Atan, at least there are 3 people that voted for Atan there. So which means the whole, even some of the party faithfuls are also confused. Which means they are even confused. Some of the party faithfuls are confused. Because they're all over the place. And that is why I keep on saying that the obedient people are not Labour Party people. And now I'm going to tell you something else. They are now saying some under call is a clarion corner they are making to the people. I will say that I'll talk to you guys about that in a minute. There's a clarion call going on now to the obedience all over Nigeria. What they're asking you people now to do, okay, all the obedience. But meanwhile, Ogunewuna came out and said not so fast that he's the one that actually won that election. He made a press release this afternoon. He made a press release this afternoon, okay, and we had the excerpt. He said he's the one that won that election. How? We were all looking at the election. We all saw the video. It looked free and fair to everyone that saw it. But they themselves that are in Tana know what was going on. They know what took place. Okay, and which is one of the things I called here the day I was talking about this. I said there is an election before the election. There are some dealings. And I say to us, if you understand Chief Atan, the one-armed general, if you understand him very well, the way he plays his politics, sometimes he can go below, he can hit below the belt. And now he's been accused now of hitting below the belt on this one. He's not been accused of hitting below the belt. And do you know what might end up happening here? What might end up happening here now is this. With all these things going on, who are they taking to INEC for the November election? November is already here. November is already here. And PDP that was supposed to have it are going through this, while APC, completely unopposed, no 2 ways about it, they gave it to the governor. They say, Durangawa, take us where you're taking us. Then PDP have people falling left and right, including the supposedly favorite making here who chickened out last minute and gave it to Sam Daddy. So Sam Daddy is now the flag bearer for PDP. And those houses now seems and looks like they are in order. And here now you are, Labour Party. Here now you are in complete disarray. In complete disarray. Quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. Honestly. Quite unfortunate. Seeing what is happening. Okay. Ngozi, Victor Koye and Emeka David are watching with you. Okay. Okay. So quite unfortunate. Okay. What they are doing. Okay. Now, with this happening, like I said again, the governor is watching them. And you guys are coming in with a divided house to come and fight a formidable governor. Come on, people. Come on, people. Okay? You guys are coming to watch a formidable a governor that is, his war chest is this big. His war chest is this big, including the state behind him. When I say the state, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about, the state. And you know what I mean by the state. Okay? They are behind him. And you guys are here trying to dig yourself out of the gutters. Come on. Come on. Okay? And this is why you guys are going to lose this thing. I said it. This is exactly why you guys are going to lose. Okay? This is why you guys are going to lose. It's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate with what is happening. And this thing is going to end up now robbing off the obedience. So what is happening here? They're saying that the governor, remember, like I said again, it was like a rumor. It was like a rumor when they say that what happened to Atan. Well, nothing happened to Atan. Nothing happened to Atan. Okay, it's just that I'm trying to get your question. Okay, nothing happened to Atan. Ngo, nothing. But what is happening here is that Lincoln is coming out now. Whom came second? Okay, is coming out now claiming victory. That he was actually the one that won. That, listen, this is let me see if I can even bring it up here. And so I will quote him correctly. Okay, he's saying that the election committee, this is him, I'm going to read now on his press release. According to him, the election committee headed by Dr. Elesoti, who is the Aba State governor-elect, made an honest error. I want you people to listen to that word. Okay? He made an honest error. Okay? When they asked LP local government chairman to identify, this is the error now. He is saying this was him addressing the press, the press. I believe this afternoon. Okay, so he said when they asked the local government, when they asked LP local government chairman to identify delegates from their area, he said many of the chairmen who had been compromised, okay, by one of the aspirants, Mr. Tana Chono, allow non-elected and fake delegates to enter into the hall of Landmark Event Center to vote. Not only that, he said that these fake delegates collected $300 each from Mr. Chono. Okay, so here he is saying, okay, that Lincoln now is saying during his press release, he's saying that Atan, okay, that Atan compromised most of these delegates. Okay, to the extent that he gave them money, gave them $300 each person. He gave each person $300. Chief Atan, basically, he was buying votes, and I believe that should be against their law. I believe so. So he's accusing him of buying votes. Eventually, they saw because he's all over the place that that's what he did. And I said it here to us 2 days ago. I said, if you know Chief Atan and understand how he plays politics, sometimes he can hit below. He can hit below the belt. You know what I'm saying? And that's now what he's been accused of doing here. Okay, so let me continue. General Ogulewe said that he had petitioned the LP governorship election appeals committee to cancel or void the 134 votes scored by Mr. Chono, who was declared the winner. General Ogulewe said that once the invalid votes for Mr. Chono are cancelled, he will automatically emerge the winner with 121 votes. Okay, so he's counting on the LP. Okay, when we use this word, turmoil or crisis, we are not using it lightly. We're not using that word lightly. We're using it with all alacrity because that's exactly what it is. Okay. There is a woman who is saying that she was lodged in a hotel and given $100. Okay. Okay. So this is part of the mess. Why is all these things a mess? This is a party that was supposedly to be run on the no shit platform, isn't it? Isn't what we're supposed to know LP? And that's why right now I'm trying to separate and put them far away, which is the obedience. I'm trying to put them away from this Labour Party nonsense because they are going to contaminate Labour Party. Okay, this might not be true. I believe that is a setup. Okay, set up by whom? But again, if it's a setup, if you agree to the setup. Some people inside this party who are so selfish are agreeing to this setup, are welcoming this setup, and welcoming whoever that is doing this setup. Somebody inside this party, okay, doesn't care about this party, cares only about himself or herself. And they are the people that are allowing this thing and welcoming these people in. Honestly. So because we look at this thing now, okay, continuing, I'm still going to continue and tell you guys what Lincoln, here now, Lincoln, he said, these said fake delegates confess to receiving, this is Lincoln now, saying, confess to receiving $300 each to vote for Mr. Chono. Okay, this was not after, this was before. This was before. This buying took place before. It wasn't a compensation that took place after. Because that one might be a little bit okay. If it happens after the election, okay, and you want to, people that voted for you, you wanted to compensate them for whichever way, but not inducing them with that. Okay? That despite my okay, so he's saying that he protested. Despite my protestation, these fake delegates voted. So these people were known going into this election. It looks like he raised eyebrow, okay? He raised the objection, okay? So these people were known going in. So I don't know why that would not be an honest mistake by Chief Olesoti. Chief Olesoti, why would this thing be an honest mistake? Okay, why would that be an honest mistake? If you went and addressed them with this matter, raise this concern. So I don't think you should be coming here saying that he made an honest mistake. No, this mistake was not honest. He knew what he was doing. Yes, he did. But anyways, he said, my position is that the election were manipulated and rigged. When LP local government chairmen were asked to identify delegates, and many of them left the original delegate list and admitted fake delegates to vote. That all my 121 votes were from original LP delegates that emerged from the World Congress of LP. Okay? Okay. So he has a whole lot of things he's saying here. So basically, the general is already going to the internal court on this one. He's already in the internal court on this one. Okay? And they're going to drag this nonsense and drag it now, and November is here. They'll still be fighting themselves while the governor is amassing, putting things in place. And they'll be doing this thing while the governor is, I said again, is putting his own house in order. And we've not had anybody from the governor's camp that is doing anything otherwise. And you guys are here talking about 3 factions, talking about, it's not even 3. I reported 3 coming in. Now it's 4. It's 4. Because Lincoln now is making this case. So he's the 4th winner. Lincoln is the 4th winner of this charade they called election. I saw it 2 days ago when I was talking about it. I said to you guys, I'm troubled by this thing. Because I remember I said to us, how would Chief Atan leapfrog? This Imo State gubernatorial primaries was indeed a tug of war. Yes, it was. Okay, Atan will be the best for LP. To me, honestly, let the best come out. They know I know them to an extent, every single one of them, the big boys here. Okay, I know them to an extent. Okay, but again, what we are saying is somebody that will be able to match the governor toe to toe, and whom can be able to galvanize the state. Because right now, if Chinatan is running his own, and Chief Eka Ukebu is running his own, and Sam Base Madoka is running his own, and now Agunewe is running his own. Okay, then which one are you? Whom are you going to follow? First of all, how many are you? How many LP candidates? How many LP members do we have in Imo State? Okay. How many LP members do we have in Imo State? That is even the question. Remember, Imo State did not get even a single House member in under LP. The governor took everything. And in terms of framework, in terms of structure, that's where you start building your structure. Because those are the people that are going to start doing the work for you. Yes, those are the people. Well, if he's going to put a stop to that, I don't know when. If Peter Obi is going to put a stop to that, when is it going to happen? Is it when everybody's bruised? Because right now, let me tell you why this is an issue. Okay, because right now their ego is at work. Every single one of them. It has nothing to do with the Labour Party interest, none at all. This is just to them and their self-gloated ego that they're all parading all over the place. That's what we are witnessing from all these guys. Every single one of them. I said it here. These are all PDP people. These people were PDP a few months ago. Every single one of them was a PDP member, card-carrying member a few months ago. And they just came in to LP. And now they're messing up the whole place. I said it. They were all, they were all PDP people. Go and look at every single one of them. Every single one of them. The only person that could have been LP by bat, per se, was the guy from South Africa, the chemist guy, TJ Hirim. And he himself also chickened out at the 9 minute. And this is the person that had been all over the place, making noise all over the place. And we thought he had the ears and the mind and the pulse of the youth with him. All of a sudden, a day or a few minutes to the election, he chickened out. So he is the one I would say was a PDP, a Labour Party basically by bat. Every other person came in there seeking for an opportunity because they lost in the PDP. Every single one of these guys lost in PDP. That is why you see them coming to LP. It was a free-for-all. It was a free-for-all. And this is something that we thought the principals could have arrested. They could have arrested this situation before it gets out of hand. Right now, it's out of hand. I'm telling us. Because they are now bruised and their egos are going to be bruised at the end of the day. If Peter B comes out now to nominate every single person, he could have done this homework before this thing started happening. Because right now, if he comes out to nominate anyone or handpick any of them, okay, then the other camp, what do you think is going to happen? what do you think is going to happen? They will start going where the money is with the governor. Yes, they will start going with the governor where the money is. If they don't go with the governor, if PDP have money to give them, they can also align with PDP. And here goes your balloon, your LP balloon. Boah. Here goes it. Honestly, that is what is facing the party right now. And you say these things are not calculated. Let me tell you, let me shock us with something else they are asking you to do. Right now, they're asking you the obedience to go back to your wards and register. And register as an LP. Mind you that some of you, like I said again, are not LP card carrying members. So they are asking you now to go back to your wards and register as an LP member because allegedly, they're claiming that the plan now, it looks like it's this Lamadi Papa, people. It looks like it's them. Their plan now is to kick Obi out. That's what they're saying. Their plan is to kick Obi out. Then the whole plot, when I tell people that money is moving big time, you guys, it got nothing to do with this party. Even in one of the forums today, one of the things that were floating there is that Peter Obi could have just floated his own party, okay, that he can control. Because apparently he can control this knockheads. Apparently he can control these knockheads. So people are saying that he could have floated his own party, okay, which I don't even know how possible that could have been. I'm thinking that would have been late. It would be late for that to happen, Okay, so right now, LP, and are you thinking what I'm thinking? Are you feeling what I'm feeling? That thing that we are saying, that the LP party, do you know when we started hearing? Do you know when we started hearing that the governor infiltrated the Labour Party? I said it here a few days ago. Even before the election. Like I told you, I did everything to stay away from the Imo State politics. I did everything to stay away. Because when I saw, like I said again, when I saw the minds and the faces and the people that were coming in, okay, when I saw them, they're all scared of Atan. Okay. They're all scared of Atan. No, Atan will survive. Okay. Okay. Well, I will see. Okay. Well, you are saying that. It's okay. But let me say this. When I saw the faces of people coming into the party, and when I found out they were losers from PDP, mind you, nobody has come into this party from LPC. Nobody. PDP used to be the party, the darling party of Imo State. They owned Imo State, and basically they owned Abia also. Because they took over from Abga. Then they owned Abia. Owned Imo State before the governor now came in. And we know how the governor came in. Okay. But with that, even we were still, and when the governor came in, most people that were PDP legislators, house members, House Assembly members, moved. They all switched from PDP. They abandoned and making head on her, and they switched to the governor. They all switched to the governor. And that's why they are all coming back now. The 27 of them are all returning back, all APC, unprecedented. With everything that was happening with the Labour Party, wouldn't you have thought that LP will have a place at that seat, at that table of discussion at the House Assembly? But not even a single member. And that's a very big concern. And we had, and she was being accused, we had how he, how money politics played during that election. that house election. We had it. They accused the governor of sponsoring, and all kinds of things. But the governor wasn't even saying anything. You guys are making the case easy for him. You guys are making this thing so much easy. I don't even think he needs to be spending money anymore. Okay, I don't even think he needs to be spending money anymore because of where you guys are. You guys are in deep gutters right now. Labour Party, shamefully. You guys are in deep gutters now. Hi, Vic. Okay, you guys are in deep gutters right now. And this, I'm afraid, is going to affect the whole thing. It's going to affect the whole movement. Okay, because right now, where you are, you don't have a set candidate now. This is how many months? What, 4 months to the election? This election was supposed to be in November. 4 or 5 months to the election now. Okay, you guys are going through this. Why PDP already has their man set? They have a set man. APC have a set man by default. And you people are still here fighting whom is going to be who. And Imo State was supposed to be strategic in the configuration of things in Imo State, in the, when it comes to Labour Party dominance in the East. Because, I mean, we're saying that Labour Party was supposed to be the new party of the East because of the principle. And now this is what is going on. This is what is unfolding. Okay, now coming back to Chivatan. Couple of things, like I said to us, has been said about his relationship with the sitting governor. Okay. Now you're hearing now that he bought votes. Okay. And you're hearing now that people who were not supposed to vote came in. Okay. Because my own thing is that when people are rigged into an election, you're also rigging out. You're also rigging out the wish of the people. Yeah. When people are rigged into an election, because they're saying now that people who are not supposed to, and like I said to us, okay, like I said to us, if you go to all these factions that held the election the same day, okay, basically the same time, it looks like, okay, every single one of them, their names were also there. Their names were also there. So why? That is the confusion for me right here now. Okay, if I have my delegates and I'm supposed to know my delegates going into this election, why would my delegates go and vote in a place that I didn't show up? Because at time, Okunewe, what is his name? Even Samamadi them, every one of them, AIG them, all of them were in one place. They were in the same venue, the one that Chief Oti oversaw. All of them were in that venue. Okay, the one they did at the Landmark Hotel. All these names were in that venue. So these ones they were running on the other venue, who was representing the people there? Who was representing the people there? So can you guys now understand when we use that word turmoil? Okay, when we use that word turmoil, it's without any excuse. Because it's what it is. Why would I be in a Landmark Hotel and something else is taking place in let's say Concord Hotel, and my name is there, and some people are there voting for me, representing me or whatever? What is going on? Wouldn't that legitimize what happened there? So, I mean, how am I going to come now and deny that I was not in that place, or that, who are these people, who are these delegates that were there for me? And again, the people that did this election, because what we saw at the one that happened at the Landmark Hotel, what we saw that took place there was this. All these, including Martin Abaso, them. Martin Abaso scored 28 here and scored 23. He scored 28 at the landmark and scored 28 on this one that Basia Madaka won. Martin Abasa came second there. Lincoln Ogunenwe came 21 there. So when you see all these people, all these votes, wouldn't it have made sense for these votes to come to this place and vote for you if there was not internal turmoil or if there was nothing going on? Okay. We can't rig so much in person still. People are looking the other way. It is a setup. You know, let me tell us something. I see some of the things you are saying here and go. Let me say this thing to us. And that's one of the things I'm really, really hurting inside on right now. I'm hurting inside. Okay. The reason why I'm hurting inside is that what they have done, okay, to the good people, Labour Party wise, what this group of people now, because it's always a group of people. It's always a group, both in the national and in the state. What the 200 and something million Nigerians are suffering is just the 0.5%. Not even, they don't even up to 1%. The 0.5% that looks like this, everything about this power, including manipulation and everything, every spirit of everything is given to them. This 0.5% of people, that they should now come in and manipulate us and run us and did all things they're doing to us, including what is happening now with this LP stuff. Some people are there now waiting. Okay, we're going to get it, because like I said it 2 days ago, it wasn't the people that voted. And that's where the people are robbed. It wasn't the people, it's the delegates. And these delegates are paid, they are paid, they are compromised, they are everything that you can imagine, other than going there with the wish of the people. These delegates. And that is why they do everything to be delegates, so that they can go in there and they waive their vote to the highest bidder. That is why you see them doing that. They do everything to get in there as delegates so they can go and sell their votes to the highest bidder. And that's what we're seeing tonight. That happened with this LP. Those people that went in there, they don't care about you at all. So they're going in here now. They did what they did, okay? Collected whichever, like now he's been accused, the people that collected the $300. $300. Let's do the math. $300 times 7, but that's 21,000 naira. Is it 21,000? No, 210,000 naira, basically. That's 210,000 at 700 naira. So that's what Chief Achonu paid maybe the 133 people that voted for him, 134 or 35 people that voted for him. Did he pay every single one of them? Okay. So the question is, where did the money come from? So we have 2 winners for LP. It's actually, you're saying 2. It's actually 3 winners. I don't know where you're getting. It's 3 winners. You saw what I posted. Those 3 people that I posted, I couldn't get them up to appear here. I couldn't get them to appear. I could have showed them, but it was, if you're watching from Facebook, you will see them on my Facebook page. And if you're watching from YouTube, I don't think I have it up on the YouTube. But it's these 3 people that I just mentioned their name now. Okay, it's these 3 people: Basia Madoka, Aiku Kebu, and Atan Achonu. These 3 people. Okay, let me see if I have them. I have them here. It's just too small. I wish it won't show very well. It won't show very well. I wanted to bring it up here, but for some reason it didn't load up. It didn't load. Let me see if there's another way I can be able to. But like I said again, if you're watching us from Facebook, it's on our Facebook channel. Okay, it's on our Facebook channel. If you're watching us from there, okay. But these are the 3 people. Then Ogunewo that is coming out now making these claims that he's making. Okay, so basically, you will say it's 4 people. And you know, when things are going this way, because they are now, there is the thing now is being contested after the contestation, if I may say that. It's being contested now. Okay, then nobody can actually come out and claim until whoever that's supposed to now decide, whomever the arbiter is going to be, that is going to come now and decide. That's whom we're going to be waiting for. Is it going to be Peter Obi? Is it going to be the people that Lincoln is talking to? These are electoral, this internal electoral commission, LP, electoral people that deals with this kind of thing. Are they the people that will make this decision now? And even at that, at the national, there's factions. That's another thing too. So the court on this one is even bigger. This one we're talking about now. But let it happen. Let it happen. Peter will leave them behind and move on. Honestly, nonsense. Let it happen. Peter came to give Labour Party a life. He came to give Labour Party life. And they didn't want to take that life he came to give them. They still decided to be selfish. Okay? To be selfish. So this thing about Peter, understanding Peter and doing things like Peter, whom we know and see as a selfless person. No, it's not in their own DNA, every single one of them. They don't care. They don't care. That is why you see all these things going on now. So when I say Peter here was about the people, but Labour Party as a party, I'm sorry to say, they don't look like they're about the people. They look like it's a group of people that care about themselves, that want something they can get. And right now, APC might be dishing out. APC looks like they might be dishing out right now. We've been hearing it. We saw a tape where Ladia Papa, whoever it is, Google said that Achon. All these things, yes, Google can say whatever Google is saying is whatever you put, you tell Google to say. Google didn't run the election. Google didn't run the election. Google is saying it because that's the information that is on there on Google. Okay, Google is still being controlled, and you know what I'm saying. I would have loved Labour Party to come out and say that and when I say Labour Party, I mean Labour Party. I'm talking about factions now, because these factions, if you're a card-carrying member of Labour Party, you can't take it for granted. Don't look at it and say, no, it doesn't matter. It's this particular faction. No, because it ain't going to stand. It's not going to stand. Honestly. Because of this thing that is going on now, none of these people are standing right now. Every single one of them is questionable. And that is the thing the APC people are looking for. They're looking for this kind of internal turmoil and break up and, all this. That's what they're looking for. You guys are making it easy for them, Labour Party. And don't make us regret the obedience. Don't make us regret putting our thumb and fingers there for you guys. Nonsense. Honestly. And like I said again, these are people who were not hybrid. They were not hybrid Labour Party. They were not. These people are just, chance takers. They just came in because they saw that it was open. Their money, come and register this, and they all came in. Charles Madoka, Basir Madoka was the first person. That registered as an LP governorship candidate with Julius Abere. When you Google it, you will see it. He's the first person that officially went and registered. The rest of the people came in. Honestly. The rest of the people, they all came in because after they lost their own elections in PDP or other parties, they all came in. And that was supposed to be a red flag. But you see, it was I was glad when they said, let us go into the house of the Lord. In the presence of God, there is liberty. So everybody is coming. It's free. Everybody come in. If you can pay the 1 million or 10 million, I remember when Peter B reduced the amount. When he asked the party to reduce the amount, I believe it was 10 million or whatever. And he said, no, reduce the amount. So every okay and Chichana went and raised 1 million or 10, whichever amount was it, to come in and some people there were getting 1 vote. Come on, people. Some people were getting 1 vote. And from now onwards, their name should be called the one man vote or the one woman vote. Some people didn't even vote for themselves. Some people didn't even vote, because those ones that voted, that got 1 vote, were their own vote. They voted for themselves. And that's it. And this is somebody that spent how much million to run this election, run around trying to put together structure and everything. You came there and you only got 1 vote, and it was your own vote that you got. You can't even get a single under person's vote. It was only your own vote. And you're not going to say you come to run an election. Those were opportunity seekers. Those are people that came in and wanted to be settled. First of all, they don't have the clout. They don't have the crowd. They don't have anybody. But you jump in and say, okay, let me see during the 9 minutes if I will tell them, okay, settle me so I can bring my own person. Bring yourself. That's what we saw. This is the politics that they're playing there. And most of them waited at the 9 minute for them to do this, their nonsense. Some people, what did Ibe got 1 vote. Ibe got 1 vote. Onyemba got 1 vote in one of the ones that I watched. Onyemba got 1 vote. In the other one, Onyemba collapsed. Collapsed his own structure, and I believe because he was a Mbano Kigwe, because he looks like Mbano Rose and Solo. Okay, Okigwe and Mbano rose together. Then Owere and Mbise goes together. So that's how the zones are. Okay, so Charles Onyeremba and Ike, I believe that's something you're asking. I believe before the election, I heard that he collapsed. Onyeremba collapsed his own, so I don't know whom he gave it to. What doesn't even have? He doesn't even have anything, because it's only 1 vote he's getting, and that is his vote. Okay, so that's what we're seeing here. So that is what is making the whole thing. I don't even know the judges or whoever that is going to run this thing, that is going to sit down on this kind of judgment, because the whole thing is not making sense. If you look at the whole thing, it's not making sense whatsoever. Where would you be at Landmark running an election? That is where we saw you speaking, because all these people came out, they spoke. They talk about their manifesto and what they're going to do for the state. I saw the video. I believe some of you saw the videos too. So they came out and they spoke. Okay. So after speaking, then they'll go and sit down. So every one of them, I think, had a few minutes to address the crowd on what they will do for the state. Okay. So if all these people are in this room, this one room, that's exactly again what I'm talking about. So there are people that are claiming, who was over there? Whom did you interview over there? This Festus Onyekulisi or whatever. Whom did you interview where you ran the election? Who was there? Who was there? Who? Because all these candidates were in one place, and you were in another place running an election with their names on the ballot, and you have maybe this Charles this Basse Madoka only being there. So if he was only one that was there physically, definitely he can cut every vote that is there. He can cut every vote that is there, because nobody to challenge him, face to face. So do you guys see what actually took place? So this is something that is going to be a problem and a discussion for the group, for whomever that is going to sit in judgment on this matter. Which election did you run? Who was at this election? And stuff like that. Okay? And when they go up there now, INEC is going to come and say to them, okay, these people are also petitioning us. You are petitioning us. The other camp is petitioning us. Let the LP candidate stand up. And the 4 of you will stand up, or whichever how many you guys are will stand up. And they will say to you people, we only want one party and one person. And you guys are saying, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me. And from there, you know, it's automatic. They will disqualify you guys. They will disqualify you guys. Is it how the governor put it together? Is it how he designed it? Is it how he designed it, people? Is it how he designed it? I told us here a few days ago that the governor is one of the best tactical politicians. Remember, he was a senator. He was a senator, and he has been in the trenches. Yeah. Let me sing his praises for once. He has been in the trenches. He's been there, done that. He understands the whole the dillion. He understands it. Yeah, oh yeah. The governor understands the dillion, and he's a giver. You know what I'm saying? So, Ngo, you will be settled. I hope it's not wishful thinking. Okay? It will be settled. I hope it's not wishful thinking. Because like I told us, you know, when the people's ego crawls out of the shell, it's difficult to go back. Men, when our egos come out, it's difficult to go back. And right now, you have these people with this ego, high egos, these chiefs and generals and senators, okay? And the professors and whomever, you have all of them, they're all out, their egos are out. So who's going to put it back on? Who's going to take it back? Who is going to? Because this thing is dominating us now when we're supposed to be talking about other things, you know, which reminds me, we are going to be talking about the passport tomorrow. Okay, we are going to be talking about the passport tomorrow. So while you guys I'm going to take a few seconds break, okay, and see if I can get one or two things on. Thank you for still staying on with us. I needed to check one or two things on the background. So reasonable minds, that's what we are going through today. Okay, I believe I posted it also what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, the passport saga, the passport gate. Okay, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. So I invite and I employ every single one of you to tune back on tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. Okay, what we're going to be talking about on this passport, what we now know, okay, and what are the APC chances with Tinubu? Is it diminishing by day? Okay, who is fighting this battle for P2B? That's another question. So I want you people to sink all these things in. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is Power Pack. It's just going to be Tinubu's issue. Okay, was he spotted in Mecca? Okay, in Saudi Arabia. So all those things, we're going to talk about them tomorrow. Okay, but back on where we are now and what is happening in the Labour Party. Ngo, I hear you. Okay, primaries is really an internal selection. He understands the rudiments of he understands the rudiments of politics. Chief Eze, I thank you for coming on. He understands the rudiments of politics. You got it. Yeah. Well, what are we talking about? Chief Eze, you know what I'm talking about. You were a candidate. Okay, you were a candidate. At one time, I thought you were even going to move to the Labour Party. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're a PDP stakeholder, and you still stay put. So Good for you. Let me see what goes on with your candidate, Chief somebody. Let's see what goes on with him. But again, like I said, the governor is his war chest is getting this bigger and bigger on a daily. With all these things happening now, it's getting bigger and bigger. The governor is, whichever thing he needed to spend now, he's not spending. Honestly, I don't even think he needs to spend anything anymore because of how structurized the governor is right now. Oh yeah, the governor has things. It's all cooked, baked, and delivered to the governor right now. With all these things that are going on right now, honestly, with all these things going on right now, the governor is in a better place. Again, in PDP, like I told us, making head on her. We don't know what's thinking. We don't know. I am I here, Mariano. Would you decide there to? But Naniama, because that could have been also another big thing going on. Okay, we know that the PDP people are this. They're not saying anything. The PD people are not saying anything to us about what happened, why Emeka, decided to throw in the towel. Okay? But we know that something took place, something happened there that made him to all of a sudden decided not to run again. And that opened the door for Samdadi. Okay? So it's going to be a battle of, actually what we're going to be seeing come November, if he stands as he is right now with Chief Achono on the Labour Party, if eventually he becomes the person going for Labour Party, okay, what we're going to be seeing is 3 senatorial gladiators. Oh yeah. Yes, that's when we're going to be seeing 3 senatorial gladiators. Yes, all of them, they were all once upon a time senators of Imo State. Yeah, the 3 of them coming on now. And Mbi say, it's the three zones. Mbi say, Olo, and what's this Wakiwe zone. So that's what we're going to be seeing. So are people going to be voting party lines? Or are they going to be voting based on these people? That's another thing. Are they going to vote party lines? APC for the governor, PDP for the Chief Samdadi, okay, and LP for Chief Atan. Is that how this election is going to go? Is that how they're going to do it come this November? My guess is as yours. Because if they do it that way, Labour Party, unless they get their ass together, honestly, unless they get their ass together. But if they go by what we're seeing now, okay, the other two groups, I'm telling you, remember I told us most of them are PDP. They're all PDP people. From the Basia Madoka to the Charles Madoka to all of them, these are all PDP people. Yes. So you know what they will do? They will take their votes. So 100% that might be at the end of the day. There might be a benefactor of all these things at the end of the day. Might be Samdadi. Yes. Samdadi might be another person that is waiting on the wings for these things to akufecha the harawa. For these things to fly and eventually come to his table. Samdadi may also be the beneficiary of all these things. He's staying quiet. He's quiet now and stuff. He might be at the end of the day because most of these people, if it doesn't go their way, they might end up taking their, their mbakarawa, like we said in Igbo language. They'll take their nonsense character and go back to PDP and and vote PDP. That's another thing too. And if they don't get their eyes together, do I blame anybody? Senator Tan is not a force. Senators Odima will overpower them. Ngo sees it differently. Ngo believe that Sinatatan can handle it. Okay. But honestly, I the person that could have handled the governor is Ogunewe, honestly. Because if the governor is gonna come violently, he's already a general, he's already an army man. He still have the ears and eyes and mouth and the mind of the army. So if the governor is gonna come with the Bubago people, he's gonna come with the Nigerian army. Ogunewe, I'm talking about him. Lincoln Ogunewe is a force. He's a force, as in literally force. That if the governor is going to go that direction, we saw what happened, how the governor was accused with his people of trying to snatch ballot boxes and all these things. Okay. And we had also, again, I was not there, I'm just reporting what I saw and what I read. They said that Okezi Bazu told those Adema to be careful of Ogunewe, that if there's anybody he should be watching and make sure that he does not compete against this November is Ogunewe, because Ogunewe dealt with him, according to what they're saying, that Ogunewe dealt with him. Okay? He said that Ogunewe did not allow him to do what he wanted to do in either state. You know what I mean? So it looks like he got his boys and somehow, this army in a phone call. In a phone call, the barracks guys will come out. You know what I'm saying? So, like I still say, that man, a major general, and a major general with the power. So let's see. I hope he made the worst mistake ever by handing over the ticket to Senator Chono. Yes, Chief Edward, you know what? Honestly, I said this on the air a few days ago. I didn't go further in calling it a mistake. I don't even know if I said it was a mistake at some point. But like I'm saying again, unless they can be able to get the two. So whatever Atan has, whatever he has that is still left in his political coffers, okay, whatever he has that is still left with him, now he can bring it, and Ogunewo will bring his own, okay, and they cannot team up. Then the both of them can team up, then there will be a formidable force. Okay, the people that are saying that the governor, because there are some people also now who believe that Achono will handle the governor. There are some people that there's a core group of people that believes that. Then there's also a core group of people that believe that Ogunewe is the person that can. Then imagine when these two forces join hands together to go against the governor. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they're going to do it. Because like I said again, the egos are at play right now. Let's see what Abga has to offer in terms of who they will front. Okay, now you are saying something. Chief Edward. Let me say something to that. Because this is politics where it doesn't hurt and nobody is being bad of going to any place. Okay? Now, the obedience, like I said, they're still an entity. The obedience are still an entity on their own. Okay? If it happens that Chief Ogunewe, because I've seen there's a forum that I am on where this suggestion has been raised. Somebody has raised this suggestion. Okay, why not he go to Abga? That he can carry his weight and his clout and move to Abga. Okay? We've had that said. So, if that is the case, he's moving a zone. He can move a zone to Abga because Abga still have some sympathizers in Imo State. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So they say that if he can go to Abga, okay, then he's gonna get the entire zone. You know the zone that I'm talking about. So he's going to carry that zone with him to Abga, okay? And he can also make inroads a little bit to the other zone, okay? The governor's zone, okay? You understand what I'm saying here? So he will gather his own zone, grab a little bit from the governor's zone, and that gives it to him, the state. But this is if he can get into Abga. I don't know how late it is for him now to get into Abga. So I believe he might be weighing those options. I think he might be weighing those options. But I believe Basil Madoka, if he becomes Basil Madoka, I believe Basil Madoka is on his is from his side. Is it Charles? Chief Eze, help me here. Help me here. You might know this better than me. Is it Charles Madoka or Basil Madoka? Which one is from Abodim? I believe it's Basil Madoka. Okay, if you're still on, let me know who's on. Let me know if our zone is able to confront a credible, no matter the party, that might fly. Abga is another force. Keep that in mind. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I say, yeah, I concur. Basia Madoka, yeah. Basia Madoka is he the one from Abodim? Is he Basia? Yeah, please confirm that. I believe it's him because I know there's a Charles Madoka, then there's a Basia Madoka. You know, confirm that too. Play for me. You know. Okay, so Basia Madoka is from Abodim, and Lincoln Ogodewe is from Abodim. Okay, now this is what that might end up happening because I heard at the point, I heard that Basia Madoka collapsed his structure into Lincoln's structure. That's what I had. So I don't know how he was also after collapsing in this faction, he went and ran on the other faction. I don't even know how that possible that was. And I thought I also saw him. I thought I saw him inside that hall during that election too. I believe I saw him there too. You know. But anyways, these guys are politicians and they're harlots. Yes, they are politicians and they are harlots. Is who has the bigger money? And that's when they go to bed with. You know, you see what we are here now talking about now. We are here now talking about we are here talking about Lincoln. He hasn't even finished his case. He's whatever it is going on now in LP. We are now making suggestions for him now to move to Abga. And that's the Nigerian political scene. And again, anywhere in the world is also is understood that that's how politicians, they jump from one place to the other, whichever one that suits them. Okay, and that sometimes can be an issue because if you have a structural opponent in place, it can be a little problem. Okay, right now we look at the governor that he's structured. He's structured right now, and he's waiting for whoever that will come out, and whoever that is coming out of this is going to be bruised. Take it. Yes. And any single day that this thing goes on, okay, and more things start coming out, okay, it becomes more of a weapon, both for INEC and whom we know are somewhat in tandem with APC, okay, and also with the governor. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys are LP people, if you guys continue doing what you're doing, I will move my force. I'm not going to tell us where. I have my own forces too. If you guys continue with this nonsense going on, LP, I will move I'll move my own people too. Anyways, it has been quite an evening with us. Thank you very much, every single one of you that tuned in tonight. It was quite an evening that we had. In as much as I wouldn't have loved to see things the way it did, honestly, I wouldn't have loved to see it coming out that way. But things are still unfolding even as we talk. I know by the time I leave the air now, more things will be coming in, concerning what is going on there in LP. But it's on, they say. It's on. It's on. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to survive it. Apple lost it big time with the choice of their flag bearer. Well, you can say that. You can say that. You can say that, Chief. You can say that. But again, let's see if they can be able to get their ass together. If they can get their ass together and have a consensus candidate, okay, if they can do that and have a union candidate, which all of them come back, I believe then they will still get the obedience. But right now they're scaring the obedience away. And at the same time, like I told us, they're now calling the obedience because of all these things that is going on now. They're calling the obedience to a winner has been announced. A winner has been announced. Well, Chief Edward, yes, a winner has been announced, but on which faction? Unless the faction that announced the winner is the nationally recognized faction, then we can fly under that. And whatever they're talking about, I mean LP, okay, yeah. Okay, so like I said again, unless the people announcing the winner is from the nationally recognized faction. But if these two factions are going in the court and everyone is going to be making these claims and claiming to be the legitimate one and everything, then it's an issue. So nobody can claim legitimacy then. Okay, nobody. If there are 2 or 3 factions in the national, okay, and things are the center is not holding there, then it will be difficult for anybody to call themselves on the on the sub, on the local. It will be difficult for anybody to claim to be the rightful winner. And even at the rightful winner now, the situation is being challenged. You know what I'm saying? The situation is being challenged now. I'm talking about Lincoln now, Ogunewe, challenging Atan. So all these things are just messy. Let's say at the end of the day, he comes out, either one of them. And now we are asking that if they can join forces together, okay? Don't you see that if they're going to be going against each other this way, I mean, it's not going to be possible for them to join those forces, okay? And watch it. In the days to come, you're going to hear more echo. You're going to hear more echo for Ogunewe to move, to take his, Ngongo and move to Abga. Yeah, you're gonna hear that more. It's going to be echoed more in the days to come. If this matter is not taken care of in a satisfactory way, or that they all get, honestly, I don't think most of you saw this coming. Some of us did, but I know that most of you did not see this coming. It's quite unfortunate. So they say when the 2 giants fight, it's the grass that suffers. So right now that these things are going on, it is the people, the real Labour card carrying Labour Party members. They're the real people that are suffering. And there are chances now that some of these people that came here to vote, there are chances that some of them might not even be Labour Party people. I'm telling us, there are chances. Nkechi, thank you for coming on. There are chances that most of them might not even be Labour Party people. Some of these people that are voted, there are chances that is the case. You know what I'm saying? So you see that infiltration. I mean, I'm telling you what the dollar bill can do. What the dollar bill can do, people. What the dollar bill can do is still beyond me, honestly. What people can do, okay, if it goes as they're saying it, they gave them $300. That's 210,000. Okay, yeah, 210,000 naira. That's how much Chief Achonu gave to them as they are alleging, accusing him of. I think the present constitution of Nigeria kicks against jumping from one party to the other. Not certain about that. What would you say about Peter Obi then? I mean, you're a party man. You're a party man, so you understand this more than I do. What would you say about P2B? I mean, all of them have been jumping. I mean, all of them at time came from PDP. Charles Madoka, Basia Madoka, all of them came from PDP. Okay, what's his name? Senator, the one that won the Demo State senatorial zone now. Okay, he came from PDP. He lost in PDP to what was this guy named that he lost to? The good guy he lost to in PDP. Then he jumped to what's his name? Unless he's presidential. No, not even presidential. I don't even know. Give me more clarification on that. Okay, Chief Eze. Okay, well, you're saying not certain about that, though. Okay, all right. But and I would say it's not. That was before the Constitution. Which Constitution? That was before the Constitution amendment. When was the Constitutional amendment? A few days ago. When was this Constitutional amendment? A few days ago. Because that cannot be the case, honestly, and the reason is because of all of them that they jump ship. A lot of them jumped ship. A lot of them jumped ship, so we can't say that. A lot of them jumped ship. Okay, a lot of them jumped ship. So, because of that, I will be on the side of saying that no, they're jumping left and right. Mostly these PDP people, your party people are all jumping left and right. And that was another thing also that was they were being accused. And I'm not even going to tell us how many people that have been accused of putting their hands in this cookie jar of LP. Okay, Okorocha is being accused. The governor is being accused. Wike is being accused. These three governors, they're all being accused of being in the LP party mix, trying to influence it one way or the other. Okay, we had that they were asking, I don't know who, one of the things I heard was that Charles Madoka, was it Charles or Basil? One of them, that Wike is sponsoring one of them. Okay, that Wike was sponsoring one of them, or sponsoring one of them. Basil is an Oyumogo, from what a little bit of brief of what I read of him, is an Oyumogo somewhere in the rivers. He's in Port Harcourt. Okay, so that might be his connection to the governor there, Wike there. So I had that Wike is sponsoring him. Okay, then I heard also that Okorocha is behind one other guy whom he was expecting that his son-in-law would deputize. So all kinds of things are playing on in the Imo State politics. All kinds of things, honestly. If the things we're hearing is Sabasi Madeka is the right name. Okay. Well, is the right name to Sabas? Is the right name in what form? What do you mean is the right name? Is the right name to lead the Imo State, or the right name for, So give me clarification on that. Sabasi Madeka, the right name to lead the Imo State, or the right name to do what? Oh, not Charles Madoka. Okay. Basia Madoka, not Charles Madoka. Okay. But I think there's also a Charles Madoka, though. There's also a Charles Madoka in the midst, because I saw his name in one of the areas. There's a Charles, there's a Chinedu Amade, there's a Charles Madoka in one of the, you have all these guys. You have all these guys that all came out. That was my issue. Okay, they all came out to do this thing when they know they have not even a single chance. They don't even have a chance on themselves. So some of them didn't even trust themselves to vote themselves. That's how bad it was to some of these guys that came out. They don't trust themselves to vote themselves. That was where some of them did not even get a single vote. I can understand some of the ones that got single vote, because that was their own vote. But there were some that didn't get even a single vote, which means they didn't even vote for themselves. Which means they sold themselves. They sold themselves. And these are the people that were coming out to run election, that spend all this, how much million to run this election. You see, my issue is the kind of money that plays all for what? All for what? So that when you come back, you take the state money to go and settle all this nonsense. Well, like I said again, the governor is having a field day. My governor, you're having a field day. Keep in mind that primary elections are internal party affair. Somebody else says that. I don't know if you're the one that says that or on God that says that. When you say internal party affair, let me, I'm still trying to put my hands and head around it, okay? On it. Internal party affair. Right now, the party, what I'm saying that, yes, I understand that to an extent. I understand that to an extent. But right now, the party is in turmoil. That is the issue right now. So it's an internal affair. Yeah, it's quite all right. But the party right now, it's not even that these people are in one party. This is my concern. My concern, Chief Edward, my concern to you and Ungo and whoever else that is raising this thought is this. If the party was one, okay, or if the party is together, per se, that there was not this internal, forget about this voting, if they were still in one camp, because there is this Julius Abure camp and there is this Lamade Papa camp, okay, that's international, and we're saying that is internal affairs, okay, that is international. So let's say, and you come inside that Lamade Papa, okay, they have their own thing going on there. Then you come inside the Abure people, they have their own thing going inside there. So within themselves, they're fighting, they're eating themselves within themselves. That's the whole problem here. Within themselves, they can't even be able to, have one mindset to go after anybody else. So the highest bidder takes the lead. Okay? And help they give shishi. Help they give shishi. I thought gave shishi behind the scene. Well, he didn't play on the LP. The thing we knew LP for. It's not, but again, it wasn't even LP. And that's exactly now you just said it. It wasn't LP that doesn't give shishi. He's the governor, is the P2B. He's the one with the obedience. And that's exactly what I was saying. That these three are different entities. LP is doing the things political parties does. That's what LP is doing now. And Peter Obi refused to play by the rules, by the status quo of the political parties. And that is why he's different. And that was why he attracted the obedience, not the Labour Party. That was why he attracted the obedience. Peter Obi, now LP man now. Yes, Peter Obi, now LP man. Okay? But right now, he's not playing the LP politics because LP is playing the selfish politics and Peter Obi is not playing that politics. You know what I'm talking about, Chief Edward? He's not playing that politics. Peter Obi is not there playing that politics at all. He's watching to see how these things are going to play out. My only fear with all these things at the end of the day, if you now decide to nominate or choose or select one of them, the other group are they're going to feel aggrieved, they're going to be aggrieved, and they're going to move. They're going to move their whatever that is left of them anyways. But again, we know that whomever Peter Obi anoints, okay, whomever that Peter Obi anoints, that's another thing too. Whomever he anoints, okay, gets the blessings of the obedience. That's another thing. Remember that at the end of the day, if you are not, but if it doesn't anoint anybody, then the obedience are working. Oh yeah, the obedience are now going with they might even choose not to come out there and vote. Oh yeah, and this is an election we are seeing now that every vote counts. We are seeing that right now. Every single vote counts. Anyways, the 1 hour, we went by the 1 hour because it was you know what it is. We went by the 1 hour today, but it's what it is. Okay. I thank you people so very much. You people that interacted and made it a worldwide this evening, and a whole lot of you that will be coming in afterwards. Because that's when all of you come back. and goes to the market when the market has closed. I may cheer home where a lot of you and I there as well, which is good. I come to make a store then. All right. So once again, thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, from all of us here in the studio of Unique Images Media Group. I thank you for being a part of our show tonight, and I look forward to seeing you by the same time tomorrow, which is 6:30. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to look into the passport gate, the passport saga. Uh, you know, everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everything that made that is everything that is going on with the president elect. Okay, we're still not hearing from him. We're still not seeing him. But somehow, some things are going. Including this revealed passport. We're going to look in. I know that all of you have seen it, but we're going to look into it tomorrow. Okay. So, thank you again. We are who we are over here because of who you are over there. We do what we do here because of what you do over there. You can see that we are improving, things are changing. We're continuing to improve. We're hearing your comments, okay, including the ones to improve on certain areas, okay. We're hearing all those things and we're taking them into advisement, okay. So there are certain things now we are correcting and improving on, okay, all to your advice and one or two, takes. So I thank you so very much for being on the lookout. Okay, we will get there someday. We'll get there, but we are going. We are not where we were yesterday. Okay, I want us to understand that we are not where we were yesterday. The destination is sure. Okay, again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. From this side again, I still remain yours truly, Sydney Blessing Iwala, SBI. Until next time, family, the provocator signing off. God bless. God bless.